We are here at the Creative Energy Homes at the University of Nottingham, where our community energy research has started. Back in perhaps 2009-2010, we were looking at demand-side management and connecting the homes as a smart grid and as a heat network to try to investigate how to optimize those energy flows. What we were missing back then was to engage with real-life consumers, and we were working with Blueprint on what is now called the Trent Basin to develop a sustainable development plan for housing scheme to sit there. Through their work, we created a vision jointly of what that sustainable housing would look like and how that could suit community energy. So if you couldn't bring the houses to be zero carbon, could we then implement something that was communal that would help them to reduce even more their carbon emissions? That's how Project Scene started. The idea behind Project Scene is to create a business model and an ESCO that is sustainable, but is also hassle-free for the consumers, because one of the biggest difficulties is to make decisions in order to make it all work, especially financially and in terms of energy flows. So we wanted to take the hassle from the consumers and leave it to the experts. So the core idea behind Scene is really dependent on people signing in for the scheme we're proposing. Therefore, we had set up 7 different means of engagement so we could get everyone who's interested to understand the proposition is, ask questions, be part of it, help to make decisions, and then also sign up, of course. So in order to deliver that, we set up a community energy hub, which is a physical space with jointly with Blueprint, where people can come together, talk about energy and talk about other things too. Within that, we made a big screen. And in that big screen we have a 3D model of the community where you can understand the energy flows, you can understand the state of the battery charge, you can understand the state of the PVs and how much energy they're generating, and you can also understand how are you in relation to the rest of the community. Although you won't be able to see names, you won't be able to identify homes, you'll be able to see whether you're an average home yourself or a high spend of energy or low spend of energy, and perhaps make a change to make that better. We also created an online community hub through what we call a Sticky Word platform. So this is not social media, this is not a website, this is a two-way conversation. It's a place where people can come together online, ask questions and get answers and engage with us directly. So we use those rooms within Sticky Word for people to engage with different parts of the project and understand where we are, and also prompt us to cover anything we haven't covered. We also, of course, set up our traditional websites and social media channels where you can actually download some of the research and the impact documents we created and have a look at the events and presentations and other things that might be relevant to you. In each home, we set up a platform where people can understand the energy use that is not your traditional screen, although they also have that, but is a voice-activated technology, such as an echo show, where people can ask how they're doing from an energy, and it can also be prompted. So we changed all the programming and the scripts within the technology, so you can tell people how they're doing with the energy, how the scheme is doing, the whole community energy scheme at the Trent Basin, and what they could do better if they're not already doing that. So perhaps we can engage the younger generation, and that's something we hope to do both at the hub or in homes, so they can understand the energy use, they can understand where energy is coming from, they can understand how they influence the overall scheme and the overall energy system. So if you live in a Trent Basin or two of the facilities, you have met some of our researchers. We have put into place to talk to people one-to-one, or for residents meetings, or have focus groups and interviews, so we can gather feedback directly from the people, both on engagement methods and the use of the technology and the overall community energy scheme. Those work because some people prefer to talk one-to-one quietly and some people prefer to be part of the whole community. In fact, being part of the community is one of the things we want to achieve, using energy as an excuse for people to get together. And finally, we would like to see people understanding how important they are in the overall energy system as a consumer and how they can drive change.